Here's an update so far where I'm at, man. You can see the original case is starting to come through a little bit. I mean, the MPC looks horrible, but it's coming around, man. Inside the grooves is a bunch of paint. The guy had it painted 3 different layers. It was green, gold, and white. And the guy said that he used Rust-Oleum spray paint on all 3 of those layers when he painted it. So it's starting to come back slowly. I haven't really touched the top yet. And that's going to be something I take my time on, but I'm starting to slowly get it back to its original color. What's up, YouTube? I'm back. So here's an update of what's going on with the Akai MPC 62. If you guys watched the clip before this, you guys seen it looked like an ice cream cake, or like somebody grabbed the MPC and threw it in the ocean for years, and it kind of just bubbled up and turned into some crazy looking contraption. But long of the short of it, guys, I was using a I think it's called Easy Off graffiti removal. I was putting it on a rag, and it was kind of helping me getting rid of some of the crap that was on here, which was a bunch of paint. The guy painted some stuff to kind of get rid of some of the rust that was going on in the MPC, so I started to get rid of that stuff. Slowly realized that it was starting to expose a little bit of the original case here. Very small, just like very little pieces of it. And I was like, that's pretty interesting. So I started to clean a little bit more of it and revealed a little bit more of the case, and kind of seemed like, all right. So the guy didn't sand the case when he painted the MPC. If you guys don't realize, this MPC was painted 3 different layers of paint. There's still some on it. I'm still not 100% done cleaning the MPC. I'm just shooting an update for you guys. But long or the short of it, when I got it, it was white. So I thought I was dealing with white paint removal. When I started to remove that white, it revealed a green. So it was a big fight with just white, and then I got to a green layer. Then it was the hugest fight with a green layer, and I thought I was done with that green layer. Come to find out, there was a gold layer. So there was 3 layers of Rust-Oleum paint on this MPC. So what I figured out, that if you actually spray that graffiti removal on the MPC, but be very cautious, don't let it sit there, because it actually will eat away at the original foundation. But if you actually sprayed it on the MPC, it started to eat away at all of that paint, and I started to see it kind of bubble and kind of go away a little bit. So I went at it and started spraying the whole entire thing, cleaning it the best that I can. And here's where I'm at this point in time. So as of right here, guys, I'll show you guys. There's still some of the white. See if my phone will tune in here. There's still some of that white. There's still very much of that green. That green was solid on there. But yeah, guys, I mean, the original stickers are even still back here. If I can zoom in here as well. So not even that was removed. So I'm still cleaning up the MPC 60. There's still a lot of work to be done here. I'm still working on it, taking my time. I got like some picks and things. I'm gonna wait until I actually take the case off until I start working on this screen unit here. But what are my plans with the MPC 60? Well, guys, I actually got the MPC 60 for what I would think is a really good deal. If you guys actually take a look to see how much these things go for, they're maybe about $3 grand. I believe within a year, these things will be worth about $4 grand. And I believe within the next 5 years or more, these are going to be like the S&P 1200s, where they're just going to be, very expensive, old school 12-bit, first generation Akai MPC drum machine. So my plans for this MPC, I do have a guy in town, Lugo, if you're watching, what's up, bro? I'm excited to bring it to your shop so we can take a look at it. Hopefully we can figure out how to get this thing working again. So far from my examination, and I am not a technician or an expert, but I have discovered that the contrast knob here, there's 3 wires underneath it. They're no longer connected. They run to a ribbon cable that connects somewhere around here in the MPC. I'm thinking by lifting this case, it kind of just puts a lot of stress on those cables, and if you're not very gentle with it, or if you don't disconnect certain things, it can rip them. And I also discovered that this needs to be rewired because it actually shares the same audio signal with the headphones. There's a split that's in here. Long or the short of it, the guy tried to do an extension to kind of extend the power from, the audio from the stereo to the headphones, because once again, when you open up this case, the wiring is very, very short. So he tried to do some mod work on that. But yeah, here's where we are so far with the MPC 62. I do have maybe some possible plans on maybe sending it to Bruce for paying the $700 and just going and getting it customed out. What I would do with it is actually go with a black scheme, a black and dark gray scheme pretty much. So I would go with the black case with the vibrant blue screen, which is already on there. I would ask for him to go ahead and repaint everything that's going to be on, you know, the Akai screen here. Just make that back to factory. Go ahead and give this a light gray, and then give this a little bit of a darker gray, and then everything here, the board, I want it to be black with the lettering and everything white. I would like the arrows to be purple, and then every single button on the MPC to be gray. All these to be gray, all these to be gray, and these to be gray. And obviously I would redo the jog wheel. I actually just realized as well that this looks like the volume knob, which should be there. This looks like it doesn't have an indicator, which that should probably be there. That needs to be switched out. So there are some things that need to be done when it comes to the Akai MPC 62. But it is going to be a work in progress. I am not going to be putting a drive yet. I'm going to be waiting to see if I can get this thing running. If I can, great. If it's working, great. Then next is going to be the SCSI, and then will be the floppy, and then maybe sending this out to get the custom paint job, or I might even just take a crack at it myself. I'm not 100% sure. The case is easy. This plate comes off, guys. So this plate is really just what needs to get painted. I might be able to contact Bruce and see what he would charge to do the plate, or does he only do the entire unit? I'm not 100% sure. Because I could paint the case on my own. I can do some stuff like fill in some scratches and really just give it a good sanding, and then really just give the case itself a great painting, and then send it in to have this professionally painted by Bruce and give it the gray scheme with the black and everything that I was telling you guys about. So I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do there, but that's pretty much going to be a quick update when it comes to the MPC 60. If you guys give me 1 second here and I will adjust, I'll go ahead and bring the other one. So 1 second, guys. And I'm very, very sorry, EPS, but I don't have a lot of room. So let's go ahead and gently put this guy down. And all right. So the MPC 2000XL, I finally got it booted up. So I happened to be wrong, guys. I thought I was going to be able to, you know, get a quick win, and I was going to be able to change out the plastic LCD lens. Unfortunately, that was not the issue. The actual LCD itself is burnt. From what I understand, you can remove that, clean it. I guess it's the glue that kind of got burnt into the image, and then you can put it back in there, which is great and fantastic. But I'm not sure if I'm just going to go ahead and just replace it with the new screen. And then these pads have 000 response, which means I probably need new pad sensors. So this project will probably be on hold for now. I'm not in a big rush to get the XL stuff. Right now it's operation, you know, MPC 62, but this thing will be on the channel pretty soon. Plans with this one, I think I'm going to go ahead and keep the original case. If you guys don't notice, everybody's wanting this retro color scheme when it comes to the MPC Live and the MPC 1. Everybody wants the original Akai scheme, so I might as well just rock it. Plan was to keep the blue buttons, change out every white button with a black button, keep the 2 recording buttons, keep this button orange, everything else will be black, put the black pads on it. Maybe get my boy Lugo to go ahead and change out the LEDs to all blue, and we're going to go ahead and get a SCSI to SD card reader put into the XL. Have another local producer who might be interested in it, but I'm not 100% sure, since this one was not 100% functional as I was hoping that it would be. If not, it doesn't matter. Keeping it here, probably just rock it for the channel and just rock it in general. Huge fan of the XL. I really think that it's going to be one of the best MPCs made. Very comfortable to go ahead and make beats on, and really just love that jog wheel. Not a lot of people, you know, really understand how smooth it is. I mean, I wish the 2500 had that jog wheel. If it did, it'd be a great machine. I hate the clankiness of that 2500 when you hate that. But the 2000XL is nice. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it when it comes to this video. Just something really quick. I just wanted to give you guys a quick rundown of the two. The XL does need a couple of things. I will be replacing the 0 button because it is broken, but it seems to be working just fine. Maybe it was just bent. And I think I'm going to go ahead and replace this thing as well. I did lose the little washer in there, so it's a little funky. It's kind of rubbing, kind of grinding a little bit, which kind of is a little irritating. But all right, guys, quick. Now I know this machine is 30+ years old. I know it looks crazy. It still bangs, trust me. It's gonna make some hits. But I just wanted to real quickly comment. I know these pads are 30 years old because this machine is 30 years old. These have to be the original pads. But man, these things just feel so great. Something about these pads just feel really spongy to the fingers. They just feel so comfortable. Like, I don't really feel like you can get beat fatigue banging away on these pads because they just are so soft. So are the XLs, don't get me wrong. The XLs are great too. I mean, you can really just sit there forever and just bang out beats. But this machine is what, 97? And this machine is 91. So this has 6 years more of a beat banging and producing on them. So they just feel really nice. I just wanted to go ahead and include that really quick. Also, why would I even consider buying an MPC 62? Really, guys, I actually just seen it for a really good deal. Thought it would be a great thing to go ahead and pick up for the channel. I am actually a collector of these machines. I really do feel like these are great investments. I do investments in like stocks and Bitcoin and etc. And I just feel like, you know what, these things are awesome and they're actually increasing crazy in value. And I do see the 60 being worth, you know, $5,000 plus, you know, in the future. I do see the XLs being worth some good money, especially when you start tricking them out with the LED lights, new screens, the SCSI boards, the EPS 16. I feel like it's going to be a valuable piece, you know, things like that. So I just feel like collecting gear as collector items as a producer is a great investment. Some may not think so, but I do think they are great tools just to have. And you know, I really just enjoy bringing things like this back to life. I'm just kind of just geeky and just nerdy at heart. So yeah, it's going to be a fun project to kind of just be able to bring this back to life. Plus, I'm also one of those that kind of just like having things that make me unique. There's going to be something unique about this, which is going to be its sound. It's going to be the 12-bit Akai sampler. It's going to have the MPC 2000 operating system. It's going to have a different way of working, and I'm going to be able to do things in this machine and have sound coming out of this machine that cannot be replicated by software, that cannot be really replicated by anybody else unless you really just go out and get the tools and get the machines that I'm using. And that's the reason why I have the EPS 16 or the 60 or the EMU command station, you know, some of the new technology like the MPC 1. I have the MacBook that have a bunch of stuff coming out of it, you know, the original EPS and other tools and synths that I'm trying to add. I'm just really just trying to add some tools where it's like, you know what, there's no way you're going to be able to sound like, you know, MG the producer, because he just has tools that give a certain character to music that cannot be replicated with software. There's not a tool that's going to be able to replicate what the EPS 16 is doing. Drums that bang out of the XL are just amazing. I mean, there's not a sequencer that really kind of just beats that workflow. You're not going to be able to really get this lo-fi, gritty, grimy, crunchy sound coming out of the 60, you know, samplers, unless you have a 950 or at least the 60s. I mean, there are certain tools that have certain characteristics that you're not going to get from other boxes. So that's the reason why I'm kind of investing and kind of picking up these samplers. I'm kind of really enjoying the fact that the MPC 60 has 4 outputs. If you guys don't realize, I'm starting to collect a lot of different gear. So it would be fantastic to be able to kind of just power everything on, have a nice mixer board, and be able to just kind of go to one machine and go to either MIDI bank A, B, C, or D and be able to control 4 different keyboards plus the sampler itself. And I'm kind of just using 5 different things around my room. I'm sorry about that. Out of pretty much just the MPC. So that's kind of just one of the reasons why I thought it might be a great investment. Plus, I mean, these things are kind of getting hard to find because you find them in conditions like this. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and maybe send it to Bruce for it and pay the money to get it restored. I may have a buyer for the EPS, someone who, you know, is going to be part of the channel as well. And I think I might be using that funds, maybe sell off a couple of other items and just sending this off and getting this done. All blacked out, black pads. It already has the new screen, get the new lettering on it, and really just be one of a kind with my music and my production and who I am as a producer, because I'm over here using a 30-year-old machine with new technology like a SD card reader, vibrant screen that's going to be really just, you know, in your face, and then a paint scheme that just really just look modern, just like the new MPC. So I don't know. Am I crazy? Am I not? Am I just a gearhead? Maybe so. But that's going to wrap up this video. This is your boy MG, the producer. I'm out.